Hey, what's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be discussing the new patch notes and DLC updates for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands for April 21st, 2022. This is going to be the first DLC of Play Wonderlands and also a major overhaul for the game as well. Let's go ahead and get into the major changes and we'll see what is coming with this update. So this is going to be for Vesper and the Dreamvale Overlook for the Coil DLC. Lucky dice are now tracked per profile instead of per character. Players will need to load and save their Fate Maker to apply the progression to their profile if created before update. So it looks like lucky dice are now tracked per global profile instead of per character, which is great. Chaos tiers can now go up to Chaos tier 35 instead of Chaos tier 20. Primordial gear will now appear starting at Chaos tier 35, which is the new volatile gear. Enemy waves in the Chaos Chamber's endless dungeons have been allowed to start sooner to give Fate Makers more targets at once. Moon Orb currency has been adjusted. Fate Makers were very quickly able to reroll enchantments to the point that the cost would be more than the maximum Moon Orbs that they can hold. The grind for Moon Orbs were also slower than intended, as the best way to get them was to farm bosses in the Chaos Chamber. Moon Orbs that you can hold go from 4,000 to 16,000 now. Single Moon Orb drops are now worth 20 instead of 10. Moon Orb stacks are now worth 80 instead of 40. Due to these changes, Moon Orb stacks are now slightly less likely to drop versus single orbs. The final chest in the Chaos Chamber Endless Dungeon will now drop 14 Moon Orb stacks. Reroll cost for accounts for the rarity of the gear, with legendaries being more expensive to reroll. The cost to reroll will stop increasing after 4,000 Moon Orbs, allowing Fate Makers to continuously reroll the gear. There's a few crashes that were updated. I'm not going to go over those. Feel free to check out the link. These are going to be reported concerns. Feel free to check those out in the link below. There's actually a ton of changes and bug fixes. Weekly rotations. The weekly event in-game limited time mini event will be active from April 21st to April 28th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So we're going to be doing a patch notes next Thursday to see what the updates are going to be for our new boss changes. He gets tougher every single week for the next month, so we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the changes that he has. Chaos Chamber's feature run has been updated, so feel free to take a look at the new featured run. It now features Lance and the Frost King. We'll let you figure out who the two bosses are this week. Get to figure out on a new extended run into Chaos Chambers. Patch some holes in Mount Craw. Allow Dragonlord Spectral Wyvern to regen Dragonlord's shield in Chaos Chamber's Endless Dungeon. Ice Spike spell has been adjusted to deal damage to individual targets once per cast, but now shouldn't stop other Ice Spikes from doing damage. Fix an issue where Zomboss minions sometimes weren't showing up in the fight. These are some class adjustments. Increase Dreadwind's damage as it scales with higher levels by 28%. Oh god. Address the UI concern with the Dreadwind melee frequency appearing incorrectly on the HUD. Clawbringer increases the damage radius of Cleansing Flame's melee. Remove the cooldown on the Storm Smite skill. Increase Storm Smite's damage as it scales with higher levels by 50%. Improve Storm Smite's targeting. Remove Storm Smite's delay between the puddle and lightning bolt spawning. So Clawbringer gets a buff, Berserker gets a buff, and it looks like that is going to be the majority of our patches here. Mostly a lot of bug fixes, which is nice to see in a patch. A lot of updates in the patch themselves as well. And this is going to be going live in probably the next hour and 15 minutes or so at the time of this recording. So it should be available very, very shortly. Feel free to check out the patch notes in the description for all the bug fixes that I did not cover. And other than that, enjoy the DLC Fate Makers. I hope you have yourself a pleasant and smooth experience. My name is Bflattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.